This is the fun part of the day. Now you'll get to see the amazing thing you can actually take home, all the great things that the product has. So in the next few minutes, next 30 minutes, me and the rest of the team, including Amit, will share with you some of the great work that was done in the last few weeks and some of the innovations that we and the engineering team, part of them are here, have been working on for the last few months. So let's start the journey and share it and innovate around it with our teams. So today in this session, we're gonna talk and focus about three main things: streamlining experience, and what does it mean, opening the platform, and high-value collaboration. And you'll get to see a demo of each one of those items. So let's start with streamlined experience. We talked about the customer journey experience and the canvas, how much value it provides you. This is the only tool that will enable you build, design, run, and monitor within the same platform. Nate showed us this morning the amazing canvas and what you can do about it, what you can do with that. But imagine there's even more. And Canvas was released at the beginning of the year. Since then, the team has continued to work, and we developed new capabilities around Canvas. So with that, I want to invite Nate, and he will show you cool new things about Canvas.
Hi again, everyone. Excited to be back on stage and to share what we've been working on since we released the Canvas earlier this year. So one of the most common requests that we got after we released the Canvas was, well, I have a lot of stuff on my Canvas, and they're all related to different individual sort of micro journeys or flows. And can I have more than one Canvas for a success block? And the short answer is no, but we built a capability that gives you the ability to visualize multiple smaller journeys within the success block. We've also recently released multi-select actions on the canvas, so I'm going to demo both of these for you quickly. So here what we're looking at is a global renewal management success block. And though you can't see it right now, there is both a high touch and a digital flow for two different types of customers and renewal scenarios. So what we're going to do is use the new labeling feature along with multi-select to highlight multiple cards that you see here. And then I'm going to just quickly apply a label to each of those. This is for our digital journey here. You can click on that label to make it a little bit more visible. And now I will quickly tag all of my high-touch related engagements. Now that I've applied these labels, I have the ability to filter my canvas against them. So when my boss asks me, what are we doing for our high-touch renewal program, I can simply go filter the canvas, click the share button. By the way, this is our new share experience that we also released earlier this year. Generate a link. And here in just a second, I'll be able to take that link and send it to her on Slack so that she can open this and give me her feedback on what we're doing. Got to change the view here for a second. There we go. That's my shared canvas. So these are just a couple of the innovations that we released this year for Canvas. Would love everyone to give it a shot and send me an email and tell me what you think.
So in order to make sure you will be able to enjoy all these great capabilities and actually work in a more faster environment with more value when you're working on customer success, we invested a lot in making sure that your experience will be actually better when you're working with Totango, and you will enjoy it even more. So I want to invite Amit Luman, who is our SVP of Engineering, to talk about the great things the engineering team did in order to make sure that the experience all of you had will be awesome.
Hey, everyone. Can you hear me? Yeah? So I just saw, today all the magnificent things that you are doing, amazing things that you are doing with Totango, along the day. And to be honest, this is the most amazing stuff that I seen done with Totango in the last, 8 years. So, thank you all. Thank you all for doing that. And those amazing things, if you want to know how it looks behind the scenes, anyone know how it looks behind the scenes? I will tell you, it's tons of data. This is what it is, tons of data. And I grabbed some number for you. So tons of data mean that we have more than 10 billion entities, right? This is all the work that you are putting into the system. We have a lot of daily updates, as you can see, right? Almost 300 million daily updates that are coming into the system. And this is a lot. This is a lot of scale. So we are actually doing a lot of work behind the scene to make this happen and happen very, very fast. We are scaling our technology. We are scaling the architecture. We are scaling the team in order to make it happen. And we have good results, as you can see. So we have a response time, which is better almost in 30%. And I know, at least I heard, that you felt it, right? I actually talked to a few of you, and people are feeling this change. And this is just the ice of the day. This is just the start here. What else we are doing? We are doing analyze of all the queries that are running, and as you can see, almost 50% better on all those queries. And this is just the beginning. So our goal is to have all our transactions, all our query done in less than 1 second, and we will get there soon. So this is just the beginning, and keep on the good work.
So opening the platform to make sure the whole company can enjoy the benefits of Totango from one angle, but from the other, making sure that CSMs will be part of every process in the company is something that we need to make sure we are enabling you to do. CSMs are taking part, active part in opportunities. As an example, you need to make sure that CSMs are having the adventure and the experience of enabling an opportunity, defining an opportunity, driving it to a closure, and then seeing the results of that in the product. And we made sure that you will be able to do it. So one of the things many of you, I'm sure, saw and are experiencing is Zoe within Totango. We gave you the ability in the past to share your assets, to share your knowledge using Zoe with other parts of the organization. You can leverage Zoe today in Slack as an example, in emails, and ask questions. Try to pull data from Totango. You can use the share link that Nate just showed you a few minutes ago in order to make sure that the data from Totango is actually being shared around the organization. But that's not enough. And according to the data and the success block we got earlier from all of you and the analysis of the flows that CS are taking part, we see that CSMs are taking integral part in marketing activities, in sales activities, in support activities, because customer success is relevant for everyone, right? This is not only one activity within the company. This is something that you want to make sure you are collaborating around. And one of the things we invested a lot at was opportunity lifecycle management, the ability for CSM to identify an opportunity based on the data in Totango, based on usage, based on license consumption, based on expiration date of the contract. All this data exists in Totango, and the CSM can make sure he will identify opportunities. Once he identifies them, he can actually open the opportunity, collaborate with the sales team, and eventually being recognized also for the fact that he identified an opportunity, and the opportunity made itself to be a successful, hopefully, opportunity eventually. So now you'll be able to see a real demo of the product showing how this will be done within Totango, collaborating with your CRM. Nate, we'll be happy to see you again for doing it.
Thanks, Ravit, again. Hi again, everyone. Okay. So we've been working very hard on giving CS teams the ability to show their worth across the company and to really get credit, so to speak, for their commercial impact that they have on the business. And what that means is giving them the ability to, like Ravit said, leverage the data to identify where opportunities exist, create those opportunities, and have those then go into other systems such as Salesforce so that they can really be an integral part in the sales process, whether it's renewal, upsell, cross-sell, and so on. So what we're looking at is the beginnings of an opportunity management success block, where we're looking at opportunity records that actually exist in Totango today. But I'm actually going to jump back one step first and kind of pretend that I'm a CSM for a second. So what you're seeing on the screen right now are multiple different types of alerts related to opportunities. Some related to, for example, opportunities that haven't been touched for a while, or opportunities that recently closed or were created. But we're also seeing notifications about potential opportunities that should be investigated. So here we can see that it looks like the Army Corps of Engineers might be ready to purchase more licenses because they've consumed 95% of what they have. So I'm going to jump into this account for a moment. And what you'll see right away is the new opportunity widget. Now, this widget is more than just a widget. This is an embedded segment within the account profile that shows me all of the related opportunities that exist. And if you know how to use segments, which I assume everyone in this room for the most part does, that you have the ability to use the segmentation engine as you normally would. Now, I'm going to create a new opportunity for the Army Corps of Engineers, and we have built the ability for you to define multiple types of opportunity forms. So if I'm creating a new renewal opportunity or an upsell opportunity, there might be different information that needs to be captured about those opportunities. So I can create those forms separately, and then depending on the scenario, select the one that's relevant. So here we have an upsell opportunity. And you can see it's automatically linked to the Army Corps of Engineers. We've given it an ID, and I'm just going to go ahead and fill this out really quickly, so bear with me. Very creative title. All right. So I've now created this opportunity, and the next time my Salesforce sync runs, that opportunity is actually going to be created in my company's CRM. And what you can see now is that there's an opportunity record that exists for the U.S. Army for this upsell to purchase additional seats. Now again, because this is a segment, I have full control over the data that I see in this widget. So when it's time to progress this to the next stage, if that's my role that I play as a CSM, I have the ability to do that without jumping all over the platform. In fact, I have the ability to also get quick previews of these opportunities, again, without having to ever leave the account, which we feel is a very important piece of this workflow and how it needs to be supported. So I can take action against this opportunity without leaving the core account to which this opportunity belongs. Now I'm going to jump back into the success block. And again, the data that you see here is being fed off of those opportunity records. And underneath each of these KPIs are segments of opportunities. And we're also very soon going to launch another feature that I'll show you here, which is the new segment progress view, which you got a picture of earlier today. But I'm going to drill in now, and what I'm seeing are all of my opportunities, and that same interaction that you just saw, where I can see all of my opportunities. I can sort them by maybe their opportunity health or their value. I can figure out which of these opportunities need my attention now. And without leaving, this awesome view of all of the opportunities, I can quickly open the preview of an account, add a touch point, or create a task for myself or for, let's say, the sales manager who's helping me to drive this to the end. Now, what I feel is really exciting about this particular feature that we're looking at, though, is that it's not just for opportunities. This is for all of your segments and for all of your life cycles. So a couple examples here I've created in my folder as a CSM. Maybe I want to see all of my accounts by the high-level journey stage that they're in. Or if I'm an onboarding manager, maybe I want to be able to see all of my accounts that are in onboarding and the stage that they're in onboarding. When it's time to progress, let's say Shaw Power Group from integration to configuration, I just need to drag and drop them into the next stage. So I'm very, very excited about all of this functionality that I'm sharing with you guys today. Thank you.
Thank you, Nate. So one angle of opening Totango was the opportunity lifecycle management that will give you the ability to collaborate between the CSMs and the sales team. Another one is sharing, as we said, the scorecards of your applications with your managers, with your teams, with the salespeople. In order to do it, they should not log into Totango if they don't have time or if they prefer not to. They can use the mobile app to download all the results. So here you have the QR code for the new Totango application, Customer Journey Analyzer. That's a time to take pictures, not of me, of the QR code, and the best customer success. Just download them and start use them. That will give you the ability and for your managers to see what's going on with your portfolio in each one of the successful. Understand the scorecard and being able to share it with the rest of the team. So that's an amazing thing, and if you didn't have a chance to take right now a picture, you can find it outside near every cafe station, I believe. Let's move on. High-value communication. So we did a lot as part of making sure you will be able to communicate with your customers better. You already have tons of functionality in the product. Campaigns, success-based campaigns within our campaign module, capabilities to share with your customers. But we did more. And in order to share with you what we are doing around synchronous communication and asynchronous communication, I want to invite John to the stage, one of the product manager, who will speak about it a bit.
Thanks, Ravit. So in my 7 months here, I have spent the vast majority of my time really talking to people, a lot of people in this room, about what it means to have effective communication with your customers. You've given me some great ideas. And so we're really looking at it, as Ravit said, is really in two different buckets, right? So there's the asynchronous communication. There's all those things that you send out when you're not sitting in front of a client. You're not sitting in front of a customer. You're not on Zoom with them. It's those communications that aren't two-way. And so one of the things that was really interesting in a lot of the sessions that I listened in on earlier today was this discussion around how do we personalize that communication? How do we make sure that it's more than just making sure that their name is in there? How do we get information in there that's specific to their account and the things that are happening within their specific instance? And so for your customers that are tech touch or mid touch or in some cases even high touch, imagine if you could hyper-personalize that communication. So more than just saying, hey, John, here's your scorecard. What if you could go in and reach into the system and give them real-time data about how their account is behaving? It might look something like this.
Hi, Jason. We hope your team at Skyworks is getting great results from using our Acme platform. We created this quick video to review the status of your account and make sure you're making the most of our platform. First, here are some important details regarding your account. You can always refer to the Account Details tab to review this information and more. Let's start with a quick look back at the main objectives you identified at the beginning of this quarter. Your Success Manager can provide some insights on how you're tracking towards these goals. Here are some highlights of your utilization of the platform so far. These metrics look great, but there's still room to grow. It looks like you're close to maximizing your license utilization. Don't worry, we'll show you what to do at the end of this video. Don't forget, a full view of your impact is always available in your account analytics dashboard. We want you to have the best experience possible with the Acme platform. That's why we assembled this team of all-stars to make sure you can thrive using our platform. They're always available to help. Thanks, Jason. We can't wait to continue our journey together. To log into your account or reach out to your dedicated team, click the buttons on your screen.
So again, right, I mean, think about the fact that most of the people that you send it to who are never going to log into those locations, right? They're never going to, let alone remember their password, right? If you can send them something that's already packaged, how exciting is that, right? So the other thing that we're also doing, and you saw Ann talk a little bit about it this morning, is really simplifying the process around email flows. So many of you right now are running campaigns in parallel, right? You want to deliver a journey for your customers, but what's happening is you're having to create these parallel campaigns. You're having to remember that it's this segment and this segment, right? So what we're talking about is the ability to combine all of those into one journey, right? Your ability in this particular case to take an invitation to a webinar and create that segment and allow it to carry across the rest of your communication, right? So that you no longer have to manage 6 or 7 or 8 different email campaigns, that you can combine all the metrics around those campaigns in a way that's super easy for you to report and super easy for you to manage. Okay. So the other thing that we're really looking at is the asynchronous piece of communication. And there were actually several people in this room that were part of the focus group that we did on Qbrs. So we had some conversations in the early stages with customers around the whole Qbr process, and we asked, what are the pain points around Qbrs? And they really essentially told us it was 3 things. Number 1, it was time consuming. Most of the customers that we talked to said it was taking them 2 to 3 hours to prepare one single Qbr. And if you multiply that, if you look at a mid-touch kind of relationship, that's hours and days spent in non-productive activity, right? And then the other issue was format control. And then the third piece was really controlling that process. And so what we've really tried to do is give you a tool. And how many, just out of curiosity, how many folks here have used the Qbr? We've got about 60 different customers that have used the Qbr, okay? So we're moving that out of the beta process. So one of the things that you're going to find coming out of the box for our Qbr success block is you're going to actually find an answer to the question of process, right? So we're actually, out of the box, you've got a system using our canvas that'll walk you through everything from scheduling to preparing to delivering your actual Qbr and even create a process for follow-up as well. The other thing that we've done, which I think is really important, is we've also given you templates. We've given you templates right out of the box, so when you download the Qbr Success Block, you'll have templates that you can adjust. The only thing that changes with regard to these templates is it pulls, with these little data tags that you see here, it will pull the information in real time. But what we have done is given you the ability to go in and create a full-blown presentation, everything from support status to your roadmaps. All of those things are prepackaged for you to be able to use. So let me show you an actual demo. So let's just say I'm a CSM and I come in to my portfolio. I check my agenda for the day, and I see that Army Corps of Engineers is a couple of days overdue for their Qbr presentation. So I simply go into the customer. I choose to generate my presentation, okay? And you'll see I've got a couple of templates, right? So I have templates that are specific to that customer, and we want to give you the ability to do that because you have some customers who have that one specific template, or they've got that one metric that nobody else measures, right? So you've got the ability to do that as a custom template. But you also have the ability as the Qbr process owner for your team to create a template for that success block so that you can be assured that every one of your customers gets a presentation that says the things you want it to say. So if you have specific talking points, or if you have a roadmap, or if you have brand standards that you want to communicate as part of that Qbr process, you can simply choose that one. So the process of actually generating is super easy. Remember we talked about it taking 2 hours? Now, simply give it a name. I select the template. And what used to take a couple of hours is now generated in a couple of seconds. So you'll see that every place where I had a data tag actually goes in now in real time and populates with your customer's information, saving you hours. And anything that you had specific to brand standards, anything that you had as static information that you wanted to make sure stayed in that template, stays in the template. Okay. So we're excited to see that grow, and I'm going to invite Ravit back up to close us out.
Thank you. Okay, so we had a chance to see great 3 demos and to show the innovation that the team has been doing for the past few months around experience, opening the platform, and high-value communication. And with that, I want to close that. I believe the product team and the engineering team deserve a big round of applause for the whole Totango team, and thank you.